Okay, so this is the second layer, which is going to be a medium tone. I'm using Payne's gray and white. And then we are going to highlight. So we'll have to go through, we have to paint most of those windows. The window too, yeah, let's do that. So go a bit darker. It's still Payne's gray and white. It's going to dry darker anyway. This part right here is very dark. And then it becomes lighter at the bottom. I'm finding the glass part here is too dark on this window. We should highlight it a bit. Or just put yellow, the same yellow that's on the original reference. Okay, I'm going to start highlighting just a tiny bit the bottom part, because I can see that's what I'm seeing in there. Okay. Yeah, just start highlighting a bit. Oh, highlighting it a bit when I get to this part. I'm using the, you know, those lines in those slats in the wood. I'm using the dark color that I have underneath. So I'm highlighting and I'm stopping where the dark is, at least for the vertical ones. So I don't need to put in an extra line in between for the dark. So I highlight a bit, not this part. Okay, and then go across this way. And across that way, up here. It's great. Adding more highlights, more white. And there we go. So I can see, because this facade is not really a facade, it's just slightly on an angle. I can see here, right here, tiny bit of the thickness, like a darker color, and that's the thickness of the wood. You can see it right here, right there. Okay. Now the other one right here, there's a highlight right here. I love it when there's sunny parts. Love that detail. Okay, I'm gonna add white. I think I'm gonna add more white in this area here because it's just very small. So there we go. Okay, now let's do this. There we go. Let's highlight this more. Now it is dry. It's drying darker, so we can adjust the highlight a bit. And here too. Same, this area here. Although it's not highlighted that much, I think because of that, there's a pipe coming down from here. Right there, in the same color, which is casting a shadow over the rest. This is really highlighted right here. Okay. One more. I think it should be a bit dark in here. This part right there should be darker. Okay. Now I need to adjust the one in front. Okay. Right, let's do the windows quickly. I'm going to highlight the bottom part, although it's not highlighted in the original, but I think it will look much better. Right. I'm going to add highlights now. It starts from here down. Okay. These highlights are making it really look really good. I love that. Let's put a bit more. It's a white, very light blue. You know what? I'm not going to do this right now. I'll just finish the door and then I'll do that. Details. I'm going to stop recording. Right, so for this part, we are going to darken this or put another layer right here, keeping the colors medium tone. And then just like that, cleaning it up a bit from the underpainting. I'm using a round brush, but any brush is good, whatever you're comfortable with. Now again, right here. Right here. Those panels are a bit rounded at the edges. It's cute. There's soft edge. There we go. Now, I'm changing to a smaller brush, round, and I highlighted all of that area where the light is, where I can see light on the reference. Now, once I highlight this part, I went back, I got a round brush, small one, mixed lots. I put a lot of white in my blue, and I went over those edges of the wood where you can see the light hitting right there. Oh. It's a bit tricky, but it makes a big difference. Okay, here too, this is the part where the wood is higher. I think my brush is not the right one. This one is the right one. It should be better. Yeah. I mean, you can see a bit on the reference. So this part, this is where the light is hitting. It's coming this way. You can see the highlight right there. Now, on the other hand, I'm going to go with dark. So I'm using only Payne's gray. It's mixed a bit with a touch of white, but it's still dark. And I'm going to come here and darken this area right here, right there. And that will make it look like it's 3D. It's awesome little detail. Okay, again, right there, turn around. In that, the rest is just going to be with Payne's gray going through this or here between the door and the frame. A thin dark line. This is the hinge. I think I'm going to change it into more like a rust color once I start working on the lantern. There. This part here where the planter is, I'm using yellow ochre, white, and ultramarine violet. And I'm just going to put, I'm not sure, but I think, although we are going to put some green in there, but it might show there's some wood in there, or same as the wall color, but it's in the shadow area, so we don't see it that much. There's another part right here. The wall is slightly darker because it's on an angle. And I'm going to try something here because I'm not really happy with the way this window is. So I'm going to try to use yellow ochre and ultramarine violet and see if I can go in here, change the color. I can't figure out what's in the window, so I'm just gonna put a yellowish white lighter color. So this is yellow ochre in ultramarine violet. Just a dry brush. There. Still have one little detail, and that's this gate on the side. And I'm using Naples yellow, Payne's gray, and touch of white. It has to stay dark because it's in the back, so there's no sun in there. Oh, that looks too light. Okay. I'm adding a more Payne's gray, and I'm doing the same thing I did before. Just gonna make it very darker at the bottom. And darker closer to the wall, just to keep it in the back. Okay. Lighter on top and darker at the bottom. Okay, This is just Payne's gray. So I'm mixing here yellow ochre and ultramarine violet, making it into a glaze so it's not too thick, kind of a not not too transparent either, but, and I'm going to put here this in the reference looks like it's the reflection of the pavement in the window. I'll put a bit more. It will dry darker. It's a nice little touch.